Welcome to our podcast, Influence Media. Today we have brilliant guest. It's a special guest. She is a founder of Girlactik Cosmetics company, Galit Strugano Wigdor. Sorry
Yes,
for my pronunciation, but
it's
I love you,
okay.
Galit. Thank you so much for coming here. Galit, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's sunny, it's nice. I'm happy.
So let's start with our first question. Galit, could you please share your story? I wrote on your website that you never believe and you never want to become a beauty entrepreneur, but how does it happen? You are a successful founder of such huge company that we know even in Middle East.
Yes, so I actually wanted to be a beauty reporter to report on cosmetics because a lot of reporters would report what the celebrities were wearing down, on the red carpet, their fashion. And I thought it would be really cool to say what makeup they're wearing. So I thought, okay, well, how can I do it? Maybe if I learn to do makeup on a TV show, then I can pitch my idea to a producer, and then the producer and I could come up with a show. So I started taking makeup classes and I saw that I had a talent for it and I liked it. And one of my friends was doing makeup for a fashion show. He asked me, "Do you want to do the makeup?" I said yes. I did that, and it was at the peak of glitter. And they were saying how you can't get the clothes dirty and everything. And then a few days after that, the Grammys were on, and it was either Halle Berry or Mariah Carey. They were wearing lavender sparkles on their eyes. And I said to my mom, "I wish I could wear my eyes like that." And my mom said, "Well, why can't you?" And I said, "Because when you apply glitter, within a couple of hours, it just magically moves everywhere." And I said, someone should come out with a base specifically for glitter, but not to use that big glitter, like to use more of a very fine sparkle. And so my mom said, "Well, why don't you do it?" And I said, I wouldn't even know what to do. And I started thinking about it. I was working as a waitress. And then I started writing all my notes in a journal. And then once I had everything, then I opened the yellow pages. I called a lab. And, I just started thinking, okay, well, if I want to get to from point A to point B for this, what do I need to do? So I was thinking about it for labs, for componentry, for labels. Like that's how my thought process. How do you go from A to B? How can I find what I want to find? And that's how it started.
Oh my gosh. So you have a very cool advice for young entrepreneurs, I believe. It was like you should do something even if you don't know what to do. And your
Yeah,
example
so
is yeah.
well, I always say like in the beginning because now, when I started Girlactik, it was over 24 years ago. So there wasn't, the competition then and now is very different. But there's two things I always tell people. When you come out with something, you have to find something that's going to distinguish you from the pack. What are you doing different than the other products or brands? And the other thing I like to say is to always stay in your lane. Don't look at others, because if you start looking at others, then it kind of messes with your thought process and you can get insecurities thinking oh, well, maybe I shouldn't have done it this way and so forth. If you just go with your direction and what you're thinking, your focus is on that and not what's happening around you, because you can get discouraged very easily when you see everything that's going around you.
Thank you for this advice, Khalid. Before we continue, please could you tap on the screen, because I see that here is some problems with camera. Maybe it's not good quality of video.
What about now?
I think it's better. It's better. Maybe it's a connection problem, maybe, but okay, it would be okay. I see you, and our audience will see you too. Just
Yeah,
so.
I see everything clear.
Okay, maybe just my problems.
Okay.
This is East, so East have problems with connection. So you mentioned that young entrepreneur has a lot of problems with this, collapse of information, and you should choose your way. So I wanted to ask you about what special problems for women in business, because especially for Middle East women, yeah, when you start your business, it's a huge challenger for you because you're a woman and you should collect data about business, hear what people say, and maybe hear some special problems and special advice for women who start their business too.
I You said so many things that I'm trying to figure the actual question that you're asking. Can you repeat what you, because you said a lot of things.
Yeah, I know. I just blow minded. So I wanted to ask you about advice special for women in business.
Only in cosmetics or just in general?
Maybe in general.
Oh, like if a woman wanted to start, like a female starting her own business,
Yes.
what do I think? Listen, there's a lot of people, unfortunately, in the world today that will do things to put you down and make you feel that you can't do it. The way that I feel is that if you're someone who has an idea or wants to do something, you are going to be driven to make it happen. You're not going to listen to the others. Someone who is an entrepreneur is strong and knows the path and goes down it. When you are easily deterred by the outside, you are not going to succeed as well because you're not being true to yourself and what you want, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it
Does
makes
that make
sense.
sense? You
Yes.
know? So, with me, like, I had no entrepreneurial background whatsoever. I don't know where it came from, but I was driven and I didn't look at the outside. I just looked at, this is my mission. This is what I want to do. How do I get there? And that is the mission that needs to work now also.
Oh, I see. I see. So thank you. So it so impressed me. But I wanted to ask you about the special conditions for women in business, because when you're a woman, you have a lot of things to do at home, I know, in society, and how just you balance it all in your life. I mean, you're a CEO, you're founder of your company. At the same time, you're a woman, you're a person, and it's so on, and a lot of things more.
So I'm also a mom of three kids,
Oh my god.
um, 13, 11, and 8 years old. And I really just try to juggle everything. You have to just tell yourself you're going to make it work, and you just make it work. If you are someone who gets overwhelmed and it's going to stress you out, you know, I always like to make a list of everything I need to do. I write emails to myself. Once I do them, I delete it. And let me tell you, when you delete that email, it is just so good because it's like, okay, that's one less thing. But I will tell you, and I know this is going to sound really crazy, but I was working, as you know, I was working as a waitress when I started Girlactik for several of years. And there's one thing that I took from the waitressing that I think helped me now, and this is why I don't get really so stressed out, is that when you're working in a busy restaurant and you have 7 or 8 tables and they're all wanting different things, if it's bring me this, take my order, can I get the bill, can I get this? In your mind, you need to put everything in order where you can consolidate it and get to everyone. So now when being a mom, a wife, and running owning Girlactik, I do the same thing. I'm in my mind, I already program how and when am I going to do this throughout the day. Like my appointment, my scheduling with you, I have a lot of things that are going on today. And I said, okay, if I do it in the morning, then I can do this, and this afterwards. You know what I mean? So on a daily basis, that is how my mind is programmed where I can do everything. Is it hard sometimes? Yes. And on those nights, I stay up late and if I have to write things, for my newsletters or whatever, I do all of that, all of that stuff. But I always, in the past, I used to get stressed out, and I say, what are you getting stressed out for? Galit, everything at the end of the day is going to work out. It's all going to work out. Don't get stressed out. And that is my mentality.
It's like your decision, so that you will go through through all these things, and just your decision, like, yes, I will do, and you do it. It seems to
Yeah,
be like that.
there's no reason to get stressed out. It's going to work. If you don't do as good, okay, there's going to be a next time. Life is all about, it's okay to have failure, because when you have failure, you learn for the next time in how to improve and be better. So anybody who starts businesses or whatever they're doing and it doesn't work the first time, don't be down on yourself, because you know what? You learned a very valuable lesson that's going to help you on the next adventure or journey that you do.
Oh, it's
You
all
know?
helpful advice.
You know?
Thank you.
So
Yeah, I got it. It's
failure is
so
good.
it's just a cool advice, and like it's not a mistake. It's just a direction to your success, because see what you shouldn't do, or you should do it in another way. So it's wonderful approach
Yeah,
to life.
it's like when you're in class, you're in school and you're taking a business class, you're learning all of these things. But if you're not actually living it, you don't really learn it. You learn it when you're in it. And when you make mistakes, then you know the next time how to do it. I still make mistakes, and I've been doing this for 24 years. But I learn. I keep learning and getting better.
So wow, thank you so much, Galit. I have another question about politics of your brand. Yeah, I know that you started with a young audience, because like young women like gloss, like just shining and something like that. And then you just changed your politics, and now your clients are young women and women 40 age plus and something like that, mature, more
Yeah.
mature. Yeah. So what made you to change your thinking, or maybe just you wanted to change the audience, and just what happened that you changed it? And
Right.
yeah.
So I'm very true to myself and my brand and everything. I'm all about personalization, customizing things, and so forth. Now, when I started Girlactik, I was in my mid late 20s. I was a young girl. I really didn't know what I was doing. I had an idea, but I didn't know what I was doing. And I was told by, some of the major department stores that I was in, okay, you've built a client on this sparkle eyeliner that you created. You need to come out with other products now. And at that time, in the stores that I was in, and I was in major retailers, I was in the trend area, which is mostly young, kids. It was people in their 20s or younger. And so I just came out with like a lot of fun colors and shadows and blushes and so forth. And I kept doing it for about 10 years. And then in 2010, I got married. And I didn't identify with the brand anymore. I'm like, this brand is it's too girly. Like, I'm not feeling it. I'm about to have children, like I don't identify with the brand. And so then I revamped the brand, and I said to myself, I want someone who is sitting in Barney's. I don't know if you know what the store Barney's is, but it's a very like, popular shopping destination at the time. I said, I want, if someone's having lunch there and they wanted to touch up their lips, I want them to pull out a component that they're going to feel very comfortable applying it, even if they're like in their 50s. Like, they're not going to pull out a pink one because they're going to be like, it looks too young. So what I did is I did more of a luxe packaging that would kind of cater to all ages. And then I started changing the types of colors that I was creating. I was doing more staple colors because, you know, age 30 and up, I do feel like people are more on the go, or, like when you want to do fun makeup, it's only when you're going out. But on the regular day to day, you want more staple, easy to wear makeup. And that's why I transitioned the brand to be more of componentry that is luxury that can reach anyone. But more importantly, I wanted to develop colors that could work for everyone on a wide range. Like even the young demographic will still go for those natural, light golds and the light browns and the nudes and all of that. But it's also picking the right tone. So, like for example, I used to be known as the Sparkle brand. I don't want to be known as the Sparkle brand. I want to be known as like glowy skin, healthy, great, makeup colors that people can identify with. Like I do all the homework of all the colors, and all you need to do is just come to the brand and pick what color you want. Because when I do a brown, I'm doing a brown that's going to work. That's going to work for light, medium, and deep tone complexion. That's
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I always will like to do, like the right shade, the right tone of the shade, so it's very wearable for anyone. So if I'm gonna add like fun to the brand, I'm gonna do an elegant sparkle. If I'm gonna do a cranberry color, I'm gonna do a conservative cranberry color. If I'm gonna do a light pink, I'm gonna do a beautiful light pink. I'm not gonna do like a pink pink. I do wear, I want to do wearable where it's complementary.
Yeah, and it has a special and perfect match with your clients, with different clients. You said that everybody can find something in your brand for herself or maybe just himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I know that Girlactik now is an international brand. So,
yeah.
do you remember those times when and why you decided to go abroad?
Why I decided to what?
When and why you decided to go abroad? I mean, just
Oh,
not in the
abroad.
USA. Yeah.
Why not? I'm actually expanding more into the Middle East very soon, so I'm very, very excited about that. But I think why not only have people in the United States try Girlactik? It should be all over. So, and I think the women in Dubai and in the Middle East love makeup. They love makeup
Yes,
and
absolutely.
they definitely appreciate good makeup and don't go by the trends and stuff. They go on color and quality. So in all honesty, it's actually a very big compliment that my brand is welcomed there.
Mhm. Yeah, I know. You know that our girls they really love your brand, and I know a lot of my friends who just said me, there's a new mark that we didn't know in Dubai maybe and in Middle East, and this is like so shining, and at the same time it's stable, and it's like you can rely on this brand, rely on your product that you buy, and you know what you buy. You buy quality. It's very good thing, and I'm very happy to see you today and talk about it.
When I create products, I think about everything. Like you don't want it to be too glittery, too sparkly. You don't want it to look like a mask on the skin. Like it's
Oh
just
yeah.
to enhance your skin.
Yeah, and we know it. So, yeah, Galit, I want to ask you about some professional things. I mean,
Sure.
marketing. Yeah. So, how did you find your influencers? What did you work with influencers? And okay, it's just first question. Did you work with influencers? And if yes, how did you find them?
So so back in the day, my sparkles is what was known in the community, whether it's fans, celebrities, makeup artists. I mean, I had a lot of celebrities wearing my sparkles. And so people told me, you should send your sparkles to the influencers. And I'm like, no, leave me alone. I have kids. I don't have time, blah, blah, blah. A few months later, again, you really should send your sparkles to influencers. I said, okay, you know what? I'm coming out with this new product called a matte lip paint, which is a liquid lipstick. This was in 2014. There was only a few other brands that were doing the liquid lipsticks. And I said, okay, you know what? Fine, I'll do it. I'll send my liquid lipsticks out with my sparkles. I'll send it to some influencers. I'll find out who they are and I'll send it out. I wrote them. Oh my God, I would be so excited to get something from you. Please send it to me, blah, blah, blah. I sent it out and people started raving about my liquid lipsticks. Everyone was talking. And then all of these other big influencers would reach out to me. Hey, I heard your liquid lipsticks are amazing. I would love to try them. Can you send it to me? I would send it, and like Girlactik went from like here to here because everybody was talking about my brand. So it really did put my brand out on the map, and people would start, talking about it, and people would, the community would to start discover it even more.
Could you please share what should influencers do to become your influencers, to become influencers of your brand, maybe ambassadors of your brand?
Okay, number one, when you reach out to a brand and you say that you're a fan of the brand, make sure you're following the brand. I cannot tell you how many times people will write emails and then they don't even follow the brand. So it's already, to me, that's like, okay, well, you're just trying to get business or whatever. That's number one. Number two, to find someone who's genuine, I think it's nice if they're using your brand and they've done content and then they're reaching out to you saying, like, I really love this product, and this product. Would you be interested in maybe doing something together? I just feel like, when there's more of a real relationship with the brand and there's a true love, it's much easier to have a relationship formed over there not being anything.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? Like, like some of the people that do product shots for me, it's because they've loved my brand and I've noticed it. And I'm gonna be like, you know what? I want you to be my lip person. I love what you do and I love that you've been a fan. I'm looking for things. That's what touches me because I'm more I'm very like real and true to myself. You know what I mean? That's
I
like my
think.
message, like my message. I'm not a follower, I'm a leader.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Understand? Yeah, I understand this. I saw this phrase in your website that Girlactik is Galit. So it's and I think that your influencers should be like this
That wasn't meant
brand
to
is
be. That
yeah.
wasn't meant. It just so happens that my name is in
Ah,
my Girlactik. It wasn't meant to be at all.
I
And
s-
yeah,
and you become just like personal value of your brand, and you see influencers, you find influencers who love your brand as much as you love your brand.
yes,
And maybe it's better to become influencers can become your influencers only if they are fan of your brand, not just like this is a story of money of something like that. Like I can advertise your brand, his brand, something like that. I
yeah,
should be a fan to become your influencer because you offer this approach. I understand what you mean. Yeah,
yeah.
thank you, Galit.
Because
Yeah.
because when I design makeup, I'm not designing makeup because I'm a makeup because I'm not a makeup artist, but I'm not designing makeup because I'm a makeup artist. I'm
Mm-hmm.
designing makeup because I like it. It makes me feel good when I, put it on, just a few must-haves. It makes me feel good. But I am designing makeup for everyone else that's just like me. And I think that is why my brand is around 24 years later, because I don't follow trends. I I go but what I like and know other people like what I like. There's a lot of them, and I think that's why I think that's why Girlactik has had the success that it has, and I feel this is the reason why when someone buys Girlactik, they don't only buy one product from my brand. You can go to a lot of the fans that have Girlactik; they will have so much of my brand because it's a product that is useful for them. They need
Mm-hmm.
it. They like it. They like the color. They like how it wears. They like how they can rely on it. And so that's kind of like my approach.
And your products became a part of their life, like
Yes.
something like that. Okay, I have
Yeah.
a final question for you, Galit.
Sure.
Yeah, what's the next for Girlactik? What your future plans? And I believe that you prepare something special for Black Friday, of course. Maybe you can share some secrets.
Sure. Well, the next thing that I'm going to be launching, how does my skin look, by the way?
Unfortunately, I see that video is not good quality, but maybe I will see it in recordings. So I believe that you're like shining. Maybe it's because of sun, no?
I don't know. Well, my thing says 99%. Yours says 36%. I don't know what that means, but I don't.
I think it's. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
I will see
Well,
good
so
quality. Yeah.
I was hoping that you're going to be able to like see me well, but I'm actually launching a new foundation called Luminous. It's a 2-in-1 Luminous Tint Foundation. You apply one coat, it's more like a tinted moisturizer, and if you apply two coats, then it's more like a foundation coverage, and your skin really looks like skin and it looks flawless. So your skin is not glowy. It just kind of looks luminous and healthy, but not too luminous. And your skin looks like babies. I don't even. It's. I feel like this foundation is magical. And there's squalane in it. There's vitamin C, vitamin B. There's hyaluronic acid. There's a lot of good things in it. It's also a clean formula. I'm really, really excited about this foundation. So that's going to be launching. And it's pretty too. And then I have a new lip balm that's coming also. But I'm working on other. I like to come up with innovative must-haves, not like where it's the same like everyone else. So
Hmm.
everything has to have like an idea and a reasoning to it. Like, how can it help you? Or how can I solve this problem? That's kind of like my mentality. So I am working on new must-haves. Our Black Friday deal is going to be 30% off store, the whole website, excluding collab gifts. But so that's like usually a very big hit for us. And I have a lot of things, in the works of new products, and then the expansion into the Middle East. We're going to be going into Saudi Arabia. So
Hmm.
I'm very very, very excited about that. So hopefully that will
Well,
bring me to the Middle East soon too.
so excited too. It's amazing news. Thank you so much, Galit, for sharing your secrets and all things that you prepared. Thank you again, Galit. I can't just waste your time, and thank you again that you come. We did our interview in 42 minutes, but it's close to 30. Thank you again, and I hope we will have opportunity to see you again. Maybe I don't know. Maybe just for few months, and we can repeat something. Because I believe that our agency can become better, become I don't know, but I feel your light, I feel your energy, and I believe that I want to see you again. I don't know why, but I believe that we will have to meet again. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much
much.
again.